This video is brought to you by Elements Destiny, a 2D fantasy RPG with retro visuals, an emotional narrative, and challenging turn-based combat. Assemble a powerful team, defeat hostile creatures, and save the continent of Silitus from the devastating power of the Dark Foray. Immerse yourself in over 70 hours of gameplay, backed by a voice cast of more than 40 actors and an OST containing over 100 different tracks. This is a game where you're going to want to duct tape your headphones right to your skull, mate. Elements Destiny will be available on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch later this year, and you can wishlist it right now in the link in the description.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Windbreakers podcast. I'm Yahtzee. I'm joined by Jay and Marty.
Hello.
And this week we're talking about the most relaxing spots in video games, where we can go in a video game to just unwind and feel the world turning beneath our feet and not be challenged by interesting gameplay mechanics.
To the shock of everyone, this was my choice.
Yes, this was your choice, Marty. We've all come up with 3 examples, and I struggle, I have to say, because I think
that was interesting. Yeah.
What I've learned is that I kind of want the challenges and the difficulty when I play a video game, because that's what I'm there for. I can't really get into the mindset of just vibing.
I didn't choose. There are certain games that are like pure vibing, where there's like no friction whatsoever. All of my games have friction. These are just moments in them that feel like it's almost like a moment where I could put the controller down and kind of just have this exist on my television for a while and go do other stuff. Exactly. It's that ebb and flow.
And mentally, it's the ebb and flow.
Yeah, well, I'm a big believer in peaks and troughs as a way to design the flow of a video game. But for me, the peak is like going to a boss fight, and the trough is journeying to the boss fight.
Interesting.
I guess it depends on the genre, right? It completely depends on the type of game you're playing, what this could be.
Yeah,
I suppose. But
let's hear one of yours.
Yes.
If
Without
you
further ado,
you were struggling.
Okay. Well, the first one I came up with was something very emotionally intended to be a relaxing spot, was the moment in the Stanley Parable, where I forget what path it's on, but when the narrator has officially had enough of your shit and just said, all right, you've made it clear you don't want to engage with my game, let's just sit in this relaxing room and watch some particle effects. And it is nice to sit there and watch the fancy particle effects, and the narrator's like very relaxing voice talking you through it, going, isn't this nice? Isn't it nice to get away from conflicts for once in a while?
Yeah.
I think what defines this as a relaxing moment in the game is that the only way to get away from this is to leave the room, go to a different room with a high staircase, and throw yourself off it until you die.
So even your most relaxing moment does have a kind of nightmarish
tinge of challenge and a puzzle.
Friction element at the end.
Yeah.
Well, you have to throw yourself off the staircase multiple times, and every time the narrator's going, what the fuck are you doing? Do you hate me so much you're willing to kill yourself rather than spend any more time in this nice relaxing room with me?
Yeah.
And when I hear that, I kind of do feel inclined to go back to the nice relaxing room and relax for a little bit.
That's interesting.
Maybe that's just because I hate confrontation, but Stanley Parable isn't a game that's big on confrontation at the best of times.
I hear that. That's a good one. Yeah. Also, Stanley Parable, it's a really good game.
It's a great game.
It is. And if you haven't played it since they added the update with all the extra stuff, then do so.
I actually didn't. Did you play the juiced up version with like additional stuff? I never played that one.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of new stuff. In fact, you might almost call it a full-on sequel bolted onto the original.
Yeah,
love that. I need to play
substantial.
That again. It's a good ass.
That's the stuff when you go downstairs with the museum and all of that jazz.
Yeah, and it's very meta. It's very meta indeed.
Did you play the beginner's guide? Was the beginner's guide a little too pretentious?
I followed up Stanley Parable with beginner's guide, and that may have been a mistake.
Yeah. I do like the beginner's guide. It's not as sophisticated as Stanley Parable, but I liked the plot beat at the end when the reveal happens.
Yeah, that's very meta. Another reason why I think a lot of people were kind of surprised by the third entry from those developers. What was it? Wonderstop. Yeah, because The subversion was that it wasn't subverting anything.
Yeah.
Honestly,
which is really
a lot of that game could be a good chill moment. Wanderstop, I feel like your tea house, that's a nice little chill moment.
If
Well,
there's
again, I
tea,
struggled
you're
with
in a
it.
relaxing moment.
Because the game was all about, hey, do whatever you want to do. Interact with these characters or don't. Make tea or don't. Decorate this place as much as you want. And I struggle to get into that, if I'm honest. As I say, I like to be given a goal.
Some players need to be told what to do. Yeah.
I also need some. I am not good at games without structure. I am not good at, you're in a Minecraft world, go make something. I'm like, oh, I can't do that. Give me things
that actually segues into my first pick kind of well.
Right.
So,
what's your first pick?
Surprise, surprise, my first pick is from an MMO.
Yeah.
But I need to explain why. So this isn't from WoW, it's from Guild Wars 1, which is an MMO, but all things considered, it is a linear narrative-driven game. You go through it and you explore the world in a linear fashion. You can go back and replay missions in certain areas, but you progress it like it's a story. When you make a new character, they go through the story again. The pick is Lion's Arch, which is like the big central city once you get about halfway through the game. But why I think it's so important is because the beginning of the game, you start in a place called Ascalon, which is ravaged by war, and the main city there gets destroyed. And the rest of the game is about you traveling from Ascalon across these inhospitable mountains called the Shiver Peaks. Many characters die, so many people get left behind, to get over these mountains to make your way to Lion's Arch. And it's that journey, which is half the game, makes getting there really, really important. And also the safety of it and the permanence of it feel really, really important. And then also that's where you actually get to interact with other players and talk to them. I made my first ever internet friends in Lion's Arch. And it's also gorgeous. But I think what really sets it for me is that understanding the journey to get there and also the safety of it is what makes it cozy to me. And the fact you always come back to it to progress stuff.
Yeah,
so for you, it was like being in the Animals of Farthing Wood. You had to leave behind your nice cozy forest, but the journey was the big story, and then you got to your final destination, and your story wasn't over, but you could relax a bit.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, and it also felt like that was one of the first places where, because it's such a big city and so many things in the second half of the game come back to it, you encounter people that are, much higher level than you, have like better stuff, and you could kind of view what more of the multiplayer aspect of the game was, whereas the first half is pretty linear and single player-y, even though you can group up with people. So yeah, it really imprinted itself on my mind of being that, like, whenever I think of just relaxing in a place, Lion's Arch is the place for that.
I think it's an underrated experience, being able to be in a place where you can come back as a high-level character and see like low-level players in a multiplayer game like WoW.
Yeah.
And go,
that was me. Yeah.
There, but for the grace of God went I. Tu fui ego eris, as they say.
And also, I've
been rediscovering that sensation, looking at the profiles of characters I play with in Dead by Daylight.
Yeah. It's a really good feeling. It's one of
They've got one perk equipped, and they got the least points of anyone in the game, and I was like, no.
You can tell, right? I nearly picked Stormwind and other places in other MMOs, because there's also that aspect of being a low player and looking up at aspiring to what other people have. Like I remember walking for the first time into Stormwind, which in WoW, which is it's humongous compared to everything else in the game. And then you see people like hovering there on flying mounts that you don't have yet because you only have ground mounts, and just being like, oh my God, like I want that. And they can be on like crazy, like flashy things like Ashes of Alar. And it's the same in reverse. You then go back and just AFK in the city, and you're kind of like showing off. You're like, yourself, your body and the mounts, you're on our trophies, and you're a living trophy just standing there. And that's fun.
It almost feels like if anyone's ever had to like go back to an old elementary, middle, or high school that they went to for some reason, If you've ever had to go back and visit one, you're like, oh, this is weird. Like I am a completely different person than I was here. And I look at all these people and I'm like, oh, you're all going to be completely different people when you're an adult than you are now.
I've moved country twice. I couldn't imagine going back to my primary school at this point. I'd need like multiple plane journeys and a hotel stay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're probably safe from that. Jay, I like that. I have a couple that honorable mentions that do fall into a similar thing, Jay, like you mentioned, where it's almost the journey that touches on that. But one that I think can exist in a bubble by itself without any of that stuff is shocking when I talk about Persona 5. Is specifically a rainy night in Persona 5 when you have free time and can walk around your neighborhood. And it is a very specific sensation. I'm not talking about all of Tokyo. I'm talking about specifically the Yogenjaya neighborhood and a rainy night, because the combination of the rain combined with Beneath the Mask, like the version of that song that plays, is like one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in a game. And it's just one of those things where it somehow, despite being an anime, captures the feeling of like walking around a town at night in the rain immensely well.
Hopefully not as fast as Joker's walking there.
Not as fast.
Footage there.
I went to the neighborhood when I was in Tokyo, the neighborhood that this is modeled after. And there used to be literally the laundromat across the street from the curry place that has since closed down, which is a bummer.
Do you think the residents are fucking sick of Persona 5 fans?
I'm sure I tried my hardest to blend in and not look like a little weeby tourist.
You wore a hood
sure
and
they
just
fucking
started scurrying around.
Yeah. Oh, I have my Morgana toy. Yeah, no, I didn't.
There's a blue plaque or something.
Yeah. But yeah, I think.
So you think it's like the aesthetics of it? It's like the combination of the art, I think, the music.
The music, and that's a tough thing. We can't play the music here. Like the song is beautiful and then combined with the rain and kind of how small you feel in a city as big as Tokyo in these moments. Yeah, there's something like a lot of my picks are also the coziness. There's also a little bit of somberness to it. I think a lot of times those emotions are twinned in my mind, but yeah.
It's also, you said downtime, right? In game, you have downtime, so you know you can just explore. You don't have like a specific goal. It's just
there's no time limit. You're like, this is my evening, but I can spend as much time as I want. It's not like there's a ticking clock going down as you're walking around.
See, with my mindset, I'm always even when I have like what I think of as a downtime evening in Persona 5, I'm thinking, what is the most optimal use of this downtime?
See, you got to look at the loading screen where it says "take your time" in the corner. You got it. The game tells you everything you need. You just got to take. But your time.
I need to do the laundry.
But like that's the thing though. Because with that aesthetic, with the music and the rain, if you're not really taking your time to look around, and you're rushing to the most optimal thing, a lot of that aesthetic charm might be lost on you because you're. Trying to get to you're rushing or like checking your map and trying to get there. So it is really smart that the developers are like, hold your horses, like just also have some time to look around.
That is life, I think. I think it is so easy to miss the mundane beauty of your block, your town, a place you're visiting because you're so focused on getting to the next thing. It's stopping to smell the roses.
The most relaxing time for me in Persona 5 was going through mementos, knowing that I can hang out here for as long as I want and time will not advance.
And you're constantly making progress. Yeah.
I can make progress, grind for XP. It's fun. Well,
running over enemies with your cat car.
Well, going back to my objective-based mindset, I thought hard about the places I associate with comfort and familiarity and relaxation. And the other one, my second one that I've come up with is the Half-Life Hazard course. The tutorial level of the original Half-Life. I think this was the first game I remember having a whole separate tutorial level. But I did a whole semi-ram or extra punctuation, I forget which, on the subject of tutorial levels in games, which were big in the late 90s, early 2000s. Mm-hmm. And what it is for me is that it's just it's relaxing as a goal-oriented person to just be given simple instructions and fulfill them and get given a round of applause for it. Look at you, good boy, pat on the head, biscuit. But also, it gives you an opportunity to sort of immerse yourself in the world of the game when there's no threat going on. There's no hazard. Ironically, there's no the plot hasn't kicked off yet. You can just get a sense of the work culture, a sense for what people's lives are like here when there isn't some overhanging intrigue.
Yeah.
And and as someone who's quite invested in Half-Life as a game, I enjoy that sensation.
Yeah. And I agree with Eric just had your semi-emblematic from whenever that was up there of it's like a lost art. We don't get it in a lot of games anymore. And it used to be like not in every shooter, but like Perfect Dark had the kind of hubby training thing. You had the crash course in Titanfall 2 and everything.
Titanfall 2,
yeah.
That's the last one I remember. These days, almost every game, it's just like they integrate the tutorial into the first part of the game, the cold open. Said, here's a thing to kill. Here's a convenient fallen ceiling so we can teach you how to duck.
Yeah.
And here's a convenient
this is how you jump.
And here's another convenient fallen hazard so you can learn how to jump over it. It's always the bloody same.
Yeah, but that is a lot easier to do to like keep that narrative moving forward and also teach people who aren't gonna understand.
I think it is a much more effective method of training than doing it in a whole separate level, so the player forgotten all about it by the time they actually get to the game.
Yeah.
But I still like the attitude of the
it's world building. It's a great opportunity to do world building for sure.
Of the separated tutorial level.
Yeah.
I used to play through the hazard course just for fun if I had a few minutes and had nothing else to do.
Yeah, treat it like a neon white level that you're just trying to,
Yeah, I mean, it's got its own speedrunning community.
Yeah,
and they made like there's a fan made version of it for Black Mesa you can download.
Oh, nice.
Which is quite
awesome.
well put together. They have to come up with story reasons for why Gordon Freeman is being taught how to fire a gun, even though he's ostensibly being trained as a laboratory.
Is it like because of the code we have to tell you blah blah blah?
Well, it would make sense, like a just in case we have to bring you into our war.
How they characterize it is that it was like a bureaucracy error. It's like, okay, you're signed up for the hazard course. Oh, and the security guard training course. Well, the paperwork's already gone through, so it might as well do it. It might be fun,
Yeah.
Honestly, it'd be more work for you to try to clean this up. So just do the course.
Yeah. Just squeeze out a couple of shots.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
That's funny. Yeah,
that's very because so many tutorials are looked down on so much with like a lot of gamers because they already have that baseline knowledge of how to crouch and how to jump and how to shoot. So like narratively putting it in a way where it's like they're like, yeah, you should this, but we have to do it. That's really clever. I like that.
There's
what about you, Jay?
There's an interesting subset of tutorials where the main character is the one teaching another character, like in Assassin's Creed. Like they do combat tutorials by having someone call you over and say, "Hey, my students suck at combat. Could you demonstrate it for them?"
Sure,
that's fun.
Was Witcher 3 a similar thing? Geralt is training
Ciri.
Yeah, I played the opening of Witcher 3 a few times, and that's just something I remember.
Okay, Jay, what's your second one?
Okay, so mine is a little bit similar to my first, but it's the one that really leapt to mind, and also with help from Jess when we were discussing this topic, which is specifically the Gathering Hub from Monster Hunter Rise. So in Monster Hunter Rise, you can go off and do all of your monster hunting bullshit by yourself, but if you want to engage with multiplayer and signing up for specific challenges, you can go to this special instanced area called the Gathering Hub, and you have everything here. There's a central table with a beautiful cherry blossom tree where you can have your meals prepared for you by the wonderful cats. You can also
I have the hardest time remembering which Monster Hunter is which.
That's completely fair. This is the Switch one.
Monster Hunter Rise, and there's Monster Hunter Worlds, which is I think the most recent one.
There was Worlds, Rise, and then Wilds, which is the
Wilds was the most recent one.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. But a lot of this is the memories I have, not for any specific reason, but like being here with friends. This is where when they load in, you will see them come in. You can sit down and have food together. You can change out all your skills. You can go to the blacksmith shop and make new weapons, and getting back from a hunt and seeing all my friends like scurry off to go like do I just got the horn I've been farming for ages. I'm going to go make this weapon. And then they can come down and show you everything. It's very nice. I will say though, Monster Hunter Worlds has the best food animations. In this one, they what was it? I think it's Mochi. What was it?
The cats.
Dango. The type of food it's those little balls. You just eat those, an assortment of balls. But in Worlds, I will say big shout out to the cooking and eating animations specifically in Worlds. It's absolutely stunning, and that's the one thing I wish Rise had, was just a bit more creative.
Weird.
Worlds.
Japanese
Worlds
games
suck.
and anime actually are kind of weird about making food look tasty when it's depicted. They really like put the emphasis on focusing on it. I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I like it. It feels fun.
I mean, I guess it just feels. I guess it says something for like Japanese, gastronomy, gastric culture, whatever you'd call it. I mean,
I watch anime every Friday on my stream, and I feel like we always bring up, God, that looks really good, whether it's a Miyazaki movie or whether it's a Makoto Shinkai or just a random ass one-off anime.
I was thinking of
like it's an
Final Fantasy 15 as well.
Do they have really good food in that?
Oh, it has like the best food I've ever seen in any game in 15. Like that is the most work of anything in 15 is put in the food. It looks fucking insane.
From what I've heard of 15, that sounds true.
No, it is like so impressive. Yeah.
Why don't we get more on a side note? Why don't we get more cooking games? Like games specifically about cooking, because it's such a universal thing.
Yeah, of course, Japan has Cooking Mama, and again, I think it's just like Japanese culture leans towards food very heavily. Tokyo is the one city in the world with the most Michelin stars.
Is it actually? I did not know that.
Yeah. And if you compare, it feels weird. Just because I don't recall seeing it much in like Western games. I mean, you look at something like Yakuza with the whole emphasis on going to restaurants, and they go into detail on every meal you can have, and they explain it in like a long text. I feel like, could you imagine like Grand Theft Auto doing this? Like, what would be the equivalent? Like going to
GTA 6 might. I guess we might know on Thursday. Yeah,
seeing a full breakdown of everything that comes in a Big Mac, and like a loving animation of the main character eating it.
I mean, it's similar to, I think Red Dead 2 has a similar, like, why did you put that much effort into the newspaper magazines at a store when this could just be a menu? And I guess I don't know.
But it's weird how we don't really get angry at that.
In that specific case, it was because there was probably a lot of people trying to look busy towards the end of development.
I remember when Crimson Desert came out, and then they were like, look at all of these tiny little things that you can do. With that, I was like, why have you wasted your time with that? But then when I see food like this being made in games, I'm like, yeah, like that seems a little bit over the top, but I'm glad you did that. But like with Desert, I was like, put that time somewhere else. I guess it's because the opening of that game is shit.
I mean, I like cooking. I like baking. I made petit fours over the weekend.
Yep.
Fancy.
I made little square chocolate cakes with little cherries in the middle.
We should make a game where you call Baking Papa.
Well, I wouldn't play a game like that. I mean, if I wanted to have fun baking and cooking, I'd bake and cook, and I go to video games for different things.
You wouldn't play Game Review Simulator because you're like, that's just my fucking job. Yeah.
Well, quite.
Yeah.
I mean, retired train engineers buy like train simulator games, so who knows?
Yeah, there you go. Cool. My second one, sticking with JRPGs but going a little bit back in time, is from Chrono Trigger. And there was a couple moments I had in my head. Specifically, I'm going to go with anytime you revisit the end of time, which is kind of weird because it is a bit of a scary pocket dimension that's in like a black void. But it is kind of the closest thing you have to a hub in the game. You were continually going back there at the start to ping pong between different time periods, and then eventually that's where your time machine docks. Again, a combination of the music, of the kind of aesthetics of this place. Like I love the idea of like a little floating piece of land that is existing in outer space. There's one of the three wise men are hanging out there from Zeal, and he's kind of a strange old man who's often falling asleep, and he does the little He does a little snot bubble
Bubble
nose thing,
thing?
which I
Yeah.
love that in anime. And it's just like lit with a weird, like a street lamp, as well as it's got a bucket in the corner that if you try to interact with the bucket, it's like, oh, by the way, you're gonna fucking die if you interact with this bucket. Like, are you sure you want to do this? And then
That's
you could
the
literally
poo
fight the boss
bucket.
of the game. That's the poo bucket. And it's
What
got
the fuck?
Specchio who's training you.
Man, I
think
need to
it's
fully play this game.
it's fucking great, and I love this area. Again, a combination of the music, of the aesthetics, of like, I feel bad when you get more than 3 party members, because this is canonically where your 4th and so on party members hang out when they're not in your party. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't feel like that bad of a place.
There's nothing to do but poo in the bucket.
What's the music like?
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, it's
I forget-
like a somber
hear
little
it in
like
my head.
piano ditty.
Yes, I can.
Yes.
I can already hear it.
I forget that specific song. The one song from Chrono Trigger that is apparently never leaving my memory is just like the home song that goes ba 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 ba.
That was my 2 Chrono Trigger moments were that and this, like waking up in your house at the beginning. There's like a little cat. Your mom is like making something in the kitchen. Like it's wonderfully chill.
I remember like
Beautiful.
being drawn into Chrono Trigger right from the very beginning, and I think a lot of it is just like how the intro is just very inviting. It's like, hey, it's nice. We're in a nice place.
Everything.
Also, tutorialization. On the travel down to New York this weekend, I tried to play Echo of Wisdom, and I got about half an hour in, and that like opening city was just trying to blast me with like lore, and all of the NPCs were saying the same shit. Oh, we're so glad you're back. Everyone I spoke to was saying that, a variation on that. I was like, and now I'm going to go into a tutorial section that I'm not going to want to do. And I'm just like, I'll play something else. I
Yeah.
just played something else.
Oh, good on you.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
Yats, what's your
My third and
and
final
final.
example. Well, all I've written down is a general, the highest spot you can possibly get to in any open world Spider-Man game.
Oh, hell yeah, like top of the Empire State Building.
Yeah, Empire
is my
State
go-to.
Building.
Yeah, because in the original Spider-Man 2 on GameCube, which I used to play a lot of because I found the swinging physics very relaxing. One of the things I just like to do if I was bored was I just climb to the very top of the Empire State Building, to the very top of that weird sort of radio mast they had at the top, and just sort of stand there for a while and go, no fucking pedestrians asking for their fucking balloons back. No supervillains trying to punch me in the head. Just me and the sky and the city.
The developers
I
do
like
some
it.
really interesting stuff with that. Because I noticed this in one of the times I was replaying these 2 Spider-Mans. Like, the higher you go, obviously, you're not near a lot of the ground noise. So all of the traffic sounds are like muffled.
muted? Yeah.
And then sometimes they'll bring the music out, and it'll just have this silence in the wind, like kind of rushing by. And it's such a quiet vibe up there. It just feels like, but also you can immediately go to anywhere you need to go because you're on that vantage point. Like, there's so many things that come together to make that feel really, really good.
Yeah. My
And, of course, you can play a little game in the original Spider-Man 2 where you throw yourself off the Empire State Building and try to get as close to the ground as possible before you web swing away without hitting it.
Spider-Man edging.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. Playing chicken with the ground.
It's right.
Yeah.
Dude, I loved Spider-Man Ultimate. I really like that one. Playing as Venom. Ooh.
Good ass games.
I think in a lot of superhero sandbox games where they're all about traversal, it's fun to find the highest spot in the game and then fling yourself off and just see how long you can fall for.
See what happens. Yeah. You do that in
Yeah.
Crackdown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Always do
tricks
that,
in the new
and
Spider-Mans
also
and stuff.
always do that, and also try to escape the confines of the map and see what happens. See if they did something fun, like you get eaten by a sandworm.
Yeah.
I like that. I like when there's you get a little prize for trying to break the game.
Yeah. That's all I had on that, basically.
There you
It's
go.
nice
Love
and
it.
peaceful in the sky.
I agree.
Yeah.
Jay, what's your final one?
Okay, mine is specifically the multitude of bonfires in Outer Wilds.
When you said bonfires, I thought you were going to talk about a different video.
No,
game.
I
no.
thought that was going one way, and it went
That's
a
it.
different way.
This is a great one. This was also on my long short list.
Yeah, and I think there's a reason why I find these so endearing and relaxing. In one, it's because the world around you in that game when you're traversing does not give a shit about your goals or your needs. So it's kind of a fight, and especially because you are on a timer that the sun, spoilers, is going to explode. So when I find these and their unique music kicks in, the diegetic music that they're playing, and I hear it from a distance and know that there is one, and you might be getting some of these, these narrative hints on where to go and what to do from these guys. It was really difficult for me to like not just chill out there. And at some points, if I knew I was really close to the end, because you kind of get a sense for how much time you have, sometimes I would just be like, I know I'm going to die soon. I'm just going to sit here for a minute. And I'm just gonna ride it out and just restart and just chill out. And the moment where you bring them together, like it's very, it's weird little pocket relaxation moments in what is a very stressful, kind of fast-paced game. And I really like that.
Yeah, and again, kind of one of those like a reminder to stop and take a beat and be like, you know what? Despite the fact that this game is literally on a timer, like you're in no rush. Like you can take a beat and just soak everything in. And try it again the next day.
It's really nice.
What a game! Also, a game where the soundtrack ties everything together. What a score!
100%. Yeah.
My last one ended up choosing this just solely because the thumbnail had a little Sleepy Mario on it, so I was like, I gotta have some kind of a Sleepy Mario. Sticking with Mario 64, but specifically the little patch of sand as soon as you enter the Dire Docks level, which is I think the third main level in the game, and it's the first water level, and it's the first time we hear the water music in Mario 64, which if that's amazing. A genre of music, water music, that's like the chillest genre of music in all video games.
It's lovely. See, I was going to go with Super Mario Sunshine, and specifically the level where you're in a giant bottle.
That's chill to you? Just being in a bottle? That seems terrifying. That's like a Twilight Zones episode.
There's some very chill music.
It does have very chill music. I also thought about Mario Sunshine, like visually, I think has my favorite vibes. Especially there's the one like you're outside the hotel as the sun's going down.
Yes.
Really good stuff. But yeah, this is one of the things I also like when developers introduce little idle animations, including your character taking a nap if you don't do anything for a while. Yeah. Obviously you have like the Sonic the Hedgehog like tapping his foot and looking at his watch, being like, I want to run again.
I like how Sonic eventually just fucks off.
Yeah. Exactly. But I like this. This is a combination of, from when I played it as a kid and how kind of monumental it was, but also just like, I could just leave the controller here and listen to this music and watch Mario take a snooze forever. And it seems delightful.
And not go in the water.
Yeah. Just don't go in the water. Then everything's scary. There's an eel down there.
Just leave the level.
Scary.
Right.
Just don't go to the eel.
So, all right, there we go. That freaked me out as a kid.
That eel?
9 relaxing moments in games that we recommend if you need to get away from the hurly-burly of everyday life.
You won't believe number 6.
But you have your own, I'm sure, and we'll soon discover them all as we go into Super Chats. But before that, Raven's Weekly Word of the Week needs to be acknowledged. Week 65, reposeful. I also considered phlegmatic, but that's more about the person than the place. You can pretty much infer what these words mean.
I mean, is phlegmatic just like having phlegm? Like coughing up a bunch of gunk?
Well, sort of. It's sort of a referencing the old the humors theory of health, which said that your body contains phlegm, blood, bile, and the other thing, and that you need to create a balance of them all. And if you had too much phlegm, you were thought to be lacking in emotion.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that makes sense.
And we still have the word
that leap.
And now the word phlegmatic means lacking in emotion, being generally sort of chill.
Phlegmatic seems bad. It doesn't seem like a good chill. It feels like bad chill.
If someone called me phlegmatic on the streets, I wouldn't be chill about it.
Fully phlegmatic?
I aspire to be phlegmatic. It just means, controlled in your emotions.
There you go.
It's fair.
There you go.
Thank you.
What's
Richard.
reposeful?
Well, same thing.
Similar thing.
Just relaxed. Because repose just means being in a state of relaxation.
It means
Being in a
it's
state
what
of
you do
repose.
after. It means it's what you do after you parry. You
Yes.
parry an
Yeah,
attack and then you
you
repose.
repose.
Carry and
Yeah.
repose.
Yeah.
Oh boy, we have some fun around here. Sovereign46 gives 10 euros and says, almost certain this will be mentioned before you get to Super Chats, but I have to shout out Majula from Dark Souls 2 for this one.
Yes.
One of the very few places in Souls games that makes you truly feel at ease. If it weren't for the killer piggies that live around the side of the house.
That was
list.
on my long list, and I'm glad. Probably the most brought up thing in the comments that I saw.
Your bearer seek list.
Oi.
Did it do?
My
Majula's gorgeous.
also Firelink Shrine and also Firelink Shrine, but again in Dark Souls 3. I like the dark, like cave-like one in Dark Souls 3. It's really nice.
Do you have? I'll wait for this question because there's a super chat about it actually.
Oh, okay.
All right then. Kanos the Hedgehog gives $5 and says Sonic has spots in his games you can chillax and take in the view when not going fast, like the beaches in Adventure and 06 or the villages in Unleashed. Shame about the rest of the games.
I feel like Eric is purposely showing Broken Sonic. Sonic Adventure 1 absolutely hits that for me.
Okay.
Almost any level in Sonic Adventure 1. Again, I think it's just this very specific time and place. If like a game released when I was 12, then I love it.
You're like, oh yeah, gives you that vibe.
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure is very relaxing as long as you don't pay attention to the talking animations.
But it's also it is part of that family of that Y2K era blue water. Beautiful water. Kingdom Hearts 1.
We
Final
love
Fantasy
some crystal
10.
clear
Sunshine.
blue water.
Oh god, it's the
Water
talking
in
animations.
the-
Take it away.
No,
Take it
get him
away.
out of here. Get him out of here.
Water in games is fascinating to me because I've been playing so many old games recently, and there's been water in it where I've been like, that water looks really fucking good.
Yeah.
And seeing the evolution of video game water is fascinating. All the way up to Sea of Thieves. Shout out to the people who work
That's
on
gotta
the
be the
shader
best
for the Sea of
water,
Thieves water. It's so good.
Yeah.
I'm blown away by it every time.
I'm waiting to find a game that will actually create fully realistic water. Like it's all like particle based, and you can empty out the water from like a space and put it into a different space with a bucket.
I'm sure that
I'm still
exists.
waiting
It's
for the
just
game
on
to
such
do
a
that.
small scale, you know.
I
Not going
know.
to empty
They've
out
done
the
it-
ocean bucket by bucket.
They've done it in 2D games. If you play shit like Where's My Water or one of the other many indie games.
Doesn't
indie 2D
Wet?
games
cut the
that does
rope
that.
or something, do a lot of lava physics stuff.
Maybe. Anyway.
And we don't talk about wet enough. Remember wet?
Wet? That was
We're
terrible.
primarily a dry podcast here.
Wet
They call
was a
us the
very
Dry
bad
Guys.
game.
Yeah.
Wet was a very bad game. We don't talk about it enough.
Tsunami Dusha gives $20 and says nothing, as is his wont.
Douche,
Absolute
douche.
legend. Thank you so much, douche.
And then Kanos Hedgehog comes back with $2 and says, a hat in time did let you sit in chairs and zone out.
I like being able to sit down on a thing in a game and it has no function other than your character sitting down and maybe the camera like zooms out a little bit.
I
Waffle Shell
played
2's got
Symphony.
those.
I played Symphony of the Night, and there's multiple instances like in the congregation you can like sit down and talk to peeps. But now I've been playing Bloodstained just because I can't get enough of the Igavanias. And there are so many chairs in that. There was a beautiful moment because the save room in Bloodstained are big chairs. And I have a book familiar that like buffs me that flies around. And if you sit down and save, the book floats in front of you, the familiar, comes down and you read it.
Oh,
And it's
that's
just
great.
such a nice little detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
Love that.
impressed with that.
You-
Love it.
If you play piano with the fairy familiar out, the fairy sits on your shoulder and sings along.
Oh, that's awesome.
And,
That's great. That's
and in
just in
Dawn-
Bloodstained? Is that right?
Yeah, it's in Bloodstained. And in Dawn of
Yeah.
Sorrow, Jay might be interested, there's a soul you can unlock where you heal up if you sit in a chair. So you slowly heal up while sitting in a chair.
Just any chair? I love
A
that.
specific chair or just chairs in general?
Just any chair. I think it's the Ouija table soul. If you
That's
equip that,
cool.
you gradually heal up while sitting in a chair.
Because there are a lot of chairs just chilling.
Yes.
Isn't there one chair in Symphony of the Night where you go to like a confessional booth and you
Yes.
sit in
Yeah,
a chair
that's
and
the
the
one I
dude
was
just
on
like
about,
stabs
yeah.
you?
Yeah.
No, there's actually multiple because I did it on stream, and I got lucky in the first one. I think buffs you, or they drop like an item. They drop wine, like congregation, but I think they call it like red juice in
Sure,
the
of course.
translation.
Yes.
But they were like, "Oh, you got lucky. Go do it again." Because
Yes.
there are other ones where you can get stabbed or like see a weeping woman and stuff like that. And it's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
how much attention and animations and speaking of what I spoke about in the video, like sprite sheet data they
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
into the game just to have that kind of stuff. It's just
Yeah.
it's
Again,
really
cool as hell.
impressive.
Again, I feel like a lot of this comes down to artists being bored at the end of the dev cycle when there's not much left for them to do.
Add some fun stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, just have some fun. Fuzzy Freestyle gives $5 Canadian dollars, says, getting a puff massage in any Dragon Quest works for me, especially that happy ending.
Back
Yeah.
from
What the
Dragon
fuck?
Quest 1, there are characters in the game where you go up to them and you pay $50 to get a puff massage. And apparently puff is an onomatopoeia for breasts in Japanese.
Yeah.
And so it is literally like being
It's a-
motorboated.
You're
And a lot of
being
times they do
motorboated.
goofs. Like he's currently
Yes.
being motorboated by two slimes.
It's paisuri, if you will.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never played Dragon Quests. I've got the
Yeah.
remasters of the first two, but like
Yeah.
it's
It's mostly a
seems
game
intense.
about being motorboated.
I mean, I'm
Yes.
installing them now.
Yeah.
I have a joke in my second book in the Galaxy for Food trilogy, where the whole joke of like the city where the main character lives is that all the parts of the city are named after body parts of the person that's named after. It's called Ritsuko City, and the main square is like Ritsuko's heart, and the main street is Ritsuko's leg, and there's a side passage where someone's like reading out a news report, and it refers to Ritsuko's breasts being part of the city, and that there's a specific part of that area called Paisuri Pass.
That I like it. That's silly as hell.
Your goof master.
Thank you. Guild on Yettage gives $10. Says a magical place free of interest payments. The very trees are slot machines. You become so relaxed you go mad, craving intrigue and romance where there are none. Wait, this is just Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing very chill.
It is.
You know, I've just
I
realised
have gripes about Animal Crossing.
I just realised Animal Crossing would be a really good alternative title to Spiritfarer.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit!
That is
Holy
kind
shit.
of a perfect title to Spiritfarer.
Yes, I imagine if Animal Crossing hadn't already been a thing, they might have called it that.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Oh, wow.
That's an entirely different episode, though, is games that should have their titles of other games. Like Kid Icarus could just
Yes.
be called Halo. You could just have it called Halo, and that's fine. Yeah.
we should do an episode on this. We
This
should
is actually
all
fun.
try
Okay,
and
I'm
go
writing
up
it
with
down.
that.
Well, I think I just gave away the best one we'll ever come up with.
I think so, yeah. But we can work backwards, Yachts. We can descend into mediocrity rather than trying to
There
aspire
we
to
go.
Animal Crossing.
I'll randomly write down a topic that comes up during episodes, and I have a note that just says topic internet blackout, and I don't know what it means.
No.
But apparently it came up in one of the episodes last couple weeks
In
ago.
my Symphony of the Night notes, so I take notes while I'm playing. At the top of all of them, the first page, the first thing I wrote was "no!" exclamation mark, and I have no clue
Not
what
helpful.
that's referring
Not
to.
helpful whatsoever. Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I
an
remember
idiot.
when I was watching the Silent Hill 2 movie, I resolved to just write down the word fuck every time it occurred for me to do so. And obviously that
there you
didn't
go.
really help coming back to
Yeah.
it.
An infinite page of fucks.
Yeah. MP5 Drummer gives £5 and says, Frontier Village, the Nopon village in Xenoblade Chronicles 1 does it for me. Chill music, scenery and residence with a magic pool on the roof.
We love
See,
magic pools.
Man, JRPGs have the coziest goddamn towns. Sometimes it's your first town. Sometimes it's just a town you stumble across on the way. Make a whole goddamn list just based on those.
Also, I can just hear the music of this area in my head, like without even having to step foot in it. I just know
Yeah.
what a JRPG village sounds like.
Yeah.
And I think, do you like those cozy areas to kind of meet your expectations? Because I think that's part of what you want, right? You don't want to be on your toes thinking, "What the fuck is this?" Right?
Yeah.
You kind of want it to maintain that. Kind
It's
of
like
vibe.
an archetype, right? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I know what's coming up. It's the cozy town. And I like a cozy town.
Yeah, for sure.
Squirtle Squad 420 gives $2 and says, Elden Ring, the Church of Vows with the Turtle Pope. I am fond of
Turtle
Turtle
Pope.
Pope.
I was going to bring this up when we were talking about Dark Souls 2. I was going to ask, do you guys have an Elden Ring moment, spot,
Round
or
table.
anything that would?
I
You
like
think the
Round table hold.
round table hold?
Yeah.
I like bringing up Turtle Pope because if you look at like the entire genre of Souls-likes, everything that's not From Software seems to have this idea that everything just needs to be grim and miserable the whole way through. But if you look at specifically From Software's games, there's always these one or two little quirky moments.
Just
Nuggets.
Turtle Pope,
commanders.
Sigma or Katarina, the punchy mushrooms that punch you really hard in the first Dark Souls. The little in Bloodborne, how you can unlock special hats to put on the little guys that come out of the checkpoints,
Yeah.
so they can be wearing different hats.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. You need some of that.
I think while not reaching the heights of Majula, I think a lot of the Churches America, or is that what the kind of decrepit churches are called?
Yeah. I think they nearly always never have enemies in them, and they all, well, as with everything in Elden Ring, they always have the same rewards, so you know
a lot
what
of
you're
times they'll
venturing
have-
to.
Yeah, and they'll have like the good rewards where it's like, oh, I'm boosting my healing or whatever. Yeah, and again, a nice a relatively safe place in an otherwise sea of things that just want to murder you. Not dissimilar to a Resi save room, which I also just had
Oh,
Ooh.
fuck yeah!
on my short
Yeah.
list, just Resi save rooms in general,
I
not
think-
even a specific one.
I think I would specifically say the Resident Evil 4 save rooms, just because of the presence
music?
of the merchant.
Like having him. There's that one that's like kind of underground. It's by the water. It's
Yeah.
in like a lagoon.
Or the one of his that's got like a firing range next to it.
Yeah. It's like, are you a small business owner? Like, do you
Yeah.
pay your taxes?
What are you buying?
Good stuff. What are you buying?
It's just nice being around the merchant because he knows how to stay in a jovial mood regardless of the situation.
Always in a good mood. Clearly good at his job. He's always getting new weapons to sell you and everything. Yeah, he's a
You
mensch.
say he's good at as good at his job, but he's really shit at haggling. Like
Sure.
when you give him a treasure and he's like, I'll buy it at a high price.
And it's like, my friend, you have a monopoly right now. I can't buy guns from anyone else, so you could charge me whatever you
Give
want.
me all your treasure, and I'll give you 1 round of ammo.
Yeah.
That's the exact opposite of a poker face, isn't it?
Which is
Anyway.
impressive considering he's got most of his face covered.
Yeah.
Poker voice.
Yeah.
PMA Stripolito, a member for 30 months in the Green Gang, says, from the scenery alone, Toussaint in Witcher 3 DLC.
Oh, Toussaint is fucking incredible. The color palettes they use, like, I'm not sure if we can get any footage of it, Eric, but like when you first get to Toussaint in the DLC and you look down on it, all of the different, like a lot of the places are farming flowers. So the scenery and just like the landscape is littered with these pockets of these very vibrant bursts of color rather than just green and trees at different variation of levels.
Is this the Blood
it's
and Wine
Really
DLC?
beautiful. Yes, it is.
Pinwheel
They're
Art,
gonna show off
£10.
this week. They're showing off the new Witcher DLC, which again is still weird to me that this game's getting a new expansion 10 years later.
Oh, Witcher
Blimey.
3, please buy our new one, the DLC. Fuck yeah.
Uh-huh. Anyway, Pinwheel Arts gives £10. Says, has to be the hunter's dream for me. The soft mist and lumen flowers are a welcome breather before heading back into the blood-soaked nightmare of Yharnam.
I guess every
And then
From game has, or at least every Souls-like has a little thing like that.
And then it gets lit on fire, and a man with a scythe cuts your head off.
I mean, almost all of your chill zones in, I guess Yharnam never gets attacked, but like, bad things happen to a lot of your round
Yeah, I
table.
was going to say Majula,
also
but
gets on
if you count the pigs, it's permanently being attacked.
Yeah.
all
Oh,
the
sorry.
time.
I
Well-
didn't mean Yharnam. I meant Majula. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing that was on my short list was The Room from Silent Hill 4's The Room.
In like
Oh,
in the first half of the
I
game.
haven't
it's
played.
nice.
I haven't played the room.
Yeah.
So can you explain?
I
to me
mean,
what
it's
it
the
is?
fact. It's the fact that they set it up as like a relaxing safe haven that makes it so effective when it stops being a relaxing safe haven.
In between
gotta
traditional Silent Hill sections, you go back to your apartment.
Yeah.
And it's first person, unlike the rest of the game, which is third person. And you kind of live and chill in your apartment. But as the game goes on, the kind of evil from the Silent Hill world starts to infect your apartment. And so it goes from a genuine safe haven to, oh, this place might be more dangerous than the actual levels. It's really
Okay.
good stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again,
When
it's
the
that
ceiling
flow.
fan drops,
Mhm.
it's marked by the moment the ceiling fan breaks.
Yeah, spooky stuff. Yeah, Silent 4, again, a game that can be very obnoxious to play, but it just worms its way into your memory, and it's truly unforgettable.
Beautiful. Makes
It's
me
still
wanna
one of my favorites. It's very high highs and low lows, as we say.
Yep.
The Toasty Tard gives $5 and says, kinda odd one, but the custom map maker screen for Age of Empires 2. I used to make maps to zone out and do extremely silly maps. Thanks, guys.
I haven't played this, but anything that allows you to like customize stuff. I remember spending, many a weekend whittling away, making things in Little Big Planet or in Mario Maker with friends just to try and make some dumb shit that we were thinking of, and something about creating your own levels. The same for like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. If you were doing custom maps in that, you can get some really nice vibes, and just the act of creating is a really relaxing form of entertainment.
I used to work quite hard at creating consistent theming for my character in Saints Row games. I'd always dress him up as like the Riddler in a suit with a matching brightly coloured suit with a matching bowler hat and like a domino mask. Okay. And I'd always and they let you customize all the vehicles as well. So I'd like paint all the vehicles in like matching colors as well.
I love that.
Yeah, if anything allows me to do color palettes or any theming in any way, I have to have my vehicles and weapons in a similar look to what my character is. I just gotta.
Hell yeah.
Murray the Demonic Skull gives $5 Canadian, says, per my handle, in Curse of Monkey Island, there are so many areas where the music and ambience just exhibit pure vibes and calmness, like the windmill and Puerto Pollo.
Okay. Yeah, point and click. Yeah. There are spots in like Grim Fandango and then even like the Scum Bar that are just like I think about quite a bit. And I'm like, oh, that's
the thing about adventure games is that all locations are in a permanent sort of state of unmoving stasis.
Yeah, or it's just like a looping, video or animation or something. Yeah. So there is something
in
nice
contrast to like a shooter or whatever. Gage Von Will gives $5 and says, the first district in Kingdom Hearts 1 was always relaxing. No enemies, all NPCs, shops, and cozy music. And shout out Majula from Dark Souls 2. Man, what do you live there?
Traverse Town.
Traverse Town.
One of my all-time.
Traverse Town?
Yeah,
Traverse Town. It was founded by a bloke called Travis, and they just misheard when they were naming the place.
What's your name, Traverse?
I've only probably played 2, and that was when I was a child, and I always thought it was Travis Town. But that's because I'm dyslexic and a dumb
Travis's Town. Yeah. 2 has Twilight Town as well, which is nice and chill.
Yeah. Same thing happened with Mount Everest, because Mount Everest was named after a British explorer called George Everest.
Get the fuck out of here. You've been saying it wrong the whole time?
Apparently, I think it's just because like people came around to the fact that it looks more like an Everest than an Everest because it's the biggest mountain Everest.
Yeah,
that is true.
Fuck off.
It is. What? It is the biggest mountain Everest.
Everest the 8th. I am.
That insulted me so much because it took my brain a few seconds to catch on to what you were doing, and then it made me feel dumb. Even though what you said was dumb.
I am fond of making people feel dumb.
Yeah.
We should do that Patreon bonus.
I was going to say, speaking of that, let's do that Patreon thing where you cryptic crossword people into the dust.
No, it's a nightmare.
I just talk everyone through a cryptic crossword.
And then we just get increasingly mad when we get the answers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Mark Maynard gives €5, says, fittingly, I like rainy Tokyo in Persona 5. I find that, along with the music, nice and relaxing. Almost exactly what Marty said.
Well done, Mark.
Pathetic.
That's Marty's European burner account.
That's my European alt.
And then Kinos the Hedgehog gives $2 and says, Manifold Gardens fun to relax when fully complete. I played that.
It's a nightmare.
It's very... It's a sort of infinite landscape sort of game.
Yeah, it's like a portally first-person puzzler, but it's set in a not non-Euclidean.
The
wrong word.
It's like a
fractal. Just keeps going.
Environment.
Yeah.
Fill my ass up. Member for 32 months in the value tier says the Ebon Hawk from Knights of the Old Republic 2 comes to mind. Talk philosophy with your party members while the humming of the engine and music calms you down.
Love like a home base hub. In a game.
Yeah, what's the ship called in Jedi Fallen Order and
I can't remember.
The Cutlass or some shit. Like that's always a really relaxing one. warping to like a new planet in those games is really nice. You can go to the cockpit and watch the Star Wars warp animation.
The Stinger Mantis.
Oh God.
It was called the Stinger
Mantis.
Mantis.
Of course it's the Stinger Mantis. I said Cutlass. I was close.
I think spaceships in transit specifically are very relaxing. I mean, that's probably why there's a lot of like 12 hours of spaceship noise videos on YouTube for falling asleep to.
Yeah, I'm sure some people. What's the Mass Effect ship? The Normandy. Some people would probably say the Normandy is their nice hub.
That was exactly what I had in mind when I made my game Starstruck Vagabond, which is mostly set on a spaceship that you own.
You succeeded.
Available now on personal computers and some video game consoles as well.
On the PlayStation and Xbox, yes.
And PlayStation.
Hell
and Xbox.
yeah.
2 of the 3.
Sussyguru 2000 gives €5. Says the most relaxing spot is, of course, the house I built in Fallout 4 during a radiation storm.
Oh my God, there's radiation storms in Fallout 4?
What the fuck?
Nightmare.
I've
never fucked with the building stuff in
would be radiation storms.
Did you do much building in Fallout 4, Yahtzee?
Not really. I kind of never really get on with a game that tacitly obliges you to build a house. Like when I'm playing shit like Pal World, I'll build the bare minimum that the game forces me to make and then never look back.
I like it when it's choosing things from a menu where it's like, okay, there's a bunch of different things you can build and you can kind of choose where you want to spend your resource. Like even Fallout 3 had your house in Megaton and you could choose like, oh, I want to upgrade the fridge or I want to upgrade the crafting bench. I don't mind that stuff. I want to expand it a little bit. But when I'm actually like on a grid, I'm like, I don't think that way. I don't think in grids.
Yeah, I'm of two minds. I like doing level design stuff. I like placing things and making a little world. But in a game, as soon as I have an idea and it goes, no, you can't do that. You can't place that thing there because of X reason. You can't do this. I lose interest immediately. And I'm like, okay, well, if I can't make the thing I want with your tools, then I just don't want to do it. And I'll just go do the rest of the game. I get turned off really easily.
All right, then. Captain President gives $5, says those Monster Hunter cat chefs should be wearing full-body hair nets, lest you want a fur ball in your spaghetti. That's a good point. That's something that needs to be brought up more.
I love that animation. I have a watercolor painting of these cats making food. In
these
England.
cats should just be sealed in polythene bags.
Jesus.
As they make your food.
Are they palicos or is that something different?
They're palicos, yeah. That's what the cats are called.
Yes, that's the word. But everyone just
Palamutes are the dogs that you
that's
ride.
what they fucking are.
Yeah.
Zanos, missed one. Zaratha gives $10. It says, I wish I could say Balamb Garden or Fisherman's Horizon, but Jamati's going to stare daggers into my soul. So let's swap RPGs and go with Arnie Village from Chrono Cross. So cozy, especially the music.
I'm on Jay's team of not being a fan of Final Fantasy VIII, but I will go to bat for the fact that there are some cozy fucking spots, some great music, some great towns, some great vibes. It's just really the playing of the game. It's just when you play the game, everything falls apart.
Yeah, if you look and listen to that game, that's kind of nice. If you interact with it, which is a big downfall for a video game.
It is tough for a video game.
Yeah.
Vibes up the wazoo. Balamb Garden, incredible. Well, top 10 school in any video game. And then Arnie Village and Chrono Cross, 100%. Love Chrono Cross.
What can you describe Arnie Village to me?
Yeah, it is. You have a home village in Chrono Cross, and there's like a kind of a dark version and a light version because the way Chrono Cross is kind of framed is it's like two separate realities, one where your character is alive and one where he died as a child. And the alive one is just, again, this is Y2K era beaches. It is a sandy, almost Caribbean beach town right on the water, a fishing village with people hanging their fishes and little stalls and everything.
Is FF10 like that? The hot white
the Sade Village. Oh yeah, FF10 is almost like the entire journey feels like you're going on across this like kind of Caribbean archipelago. Yeah. Again, something about that, like 98 to 2002. We could have had it all.
It's got
and
that
then we
Barbados.
entered the brown zone. Then we went to the brown zone afterwards. Don't go.
Anyway, Carlos the Hedgehog gives $2. Says Mario Sunshine's good if you like beaches and nothing else. There's also a hotel.
Yeah, slightly haunted.
And,
there's
also
dinosaurs you could feed fruit to.
There's a forest. There's a harbor with docks.
There are many infinite voids for you to do nondescript challenges within.
Yeah. There's a sandbird that is just the worst goddamn level ever.
And there's a volcano full of lava with boats.
Oh no, the pachinko machine might be worse than the sandbird level. They're both bad.
Man, that's a podcast. What's the worst part of Mario Sunshine? How to decide? Oh, it's
Won't finish it.
it's the fucking manta ray on the ground for me.
Manta
That
ray's
splits
bad.
off. That splits off into smaller manta rays as you spray them.
What a game.
Anyway, Odious Mage gives $10. Says the entirety of Pokemon Snap on N64. The game almost feels like you're on a Pirates of the Caribbean style ride, and you can just sit back and enjoy the sights and sounds as you move along the track. But then you miss the opportunity to take a photo of something you really wanted to take a photo of, and you go, "Nyah."
And then you got to throw an apple at it. I like when
That's
you just got to
throw a
beam
fucking
something
apple
with an
at
apple.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the Pokemon Snap games. I think they're great. We've talked about this before. I like photography in games.
Speaking of photography, the Akuda bar in Beyond Good and Evil, that is got a massive vibe for me.
Yeah.
The music and like the sneaky bass at the top and all of the different animal peeps. There's a bit where one of the challenges in the Akuda bar is you have to get a password to get into a certain room, and there are two people talking at a table, and if you walk up to them with a fixed camera, you can see him like cover his the password on the piece of paper while you walk up, but you can walk on the balcony and use the camera to like zoom in and like snap a picture of the password. It's just this vibe of they don't want you to be there. Nobody really wants you there, and I like that. Nice.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
The Bald Parakeet gives $20 and says Tsunami Dusha sends $20 and says nothing as is his wont. Very witty, the Bald Parakeet. You must have a great deal of friends.
Identity theft is not a joke. Millions of people suffer it every year.
It is true. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. You can identity thief. I
And
kind of
then,
like it.
and then Sussy Guru gives 2,000. Sussy Guru 2,000 gives €5 and says, I'm currently making potato salad with pomegranate yogurt because I didn't pay attention during grocery shopping.
That sounds fucking awful.
So
Hey,
yeah.
that's not an inescapable situation. Potatoes are very neutrally flavored, and there's plenty of savory dishes with yogurt in them. What you need to do is introduce an element that counters the sweetness of the pomegranate yogurt, perhaps some sour cream, perhaps some vinegar or lemon juice.
Well, I guess it depends how early did this pomegranate yogurt get introduced? If it was just cut up potatoes and then the yogurt, salvageable. If like mustard and eggs,
cayenne pepper,
yeah, that stuff was already
seasoning.
introduced.
Yeah.
Feed it to the dogs.
Have the pomegranate yogurt as a dessert. Like, just finish your potatoes. A thing for me that I've never experienced, I'm not sure if it's an American thing. Jess's mother, like yesterday, made us like chicken salad sandwiches, and they put grapes in it.
Yeah.
And I've never experienced that in my life.
Look,
it's
there
good.
are
though.
some nuts.
It's good.
Yeah, agreed.
Nuts and grapes.
Yeah.
There are desserts that incorporate potato. Have you ever had chocolate-covered potato chips?
No, but
I
I
love a chocolate salty treat.
I'm very fond of chocolate-covered potato chips.
Yeah, peanut butter pretzels.
I've never seen any in my life. I'll have to try them.
You're missing out.
Well, I melt chocolate a lot when I'm baking desserts, and if I got leftover chocolate, as one always does when melting chocolate for desserts, I always like smear some pretzels or some potato chips in it.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
King and Commoner gives $5 and says, going into free fall in any game that lets you climb really high with no or easily avoidable fall damage will always be a favorite pastime. I've got a game.
Is that you? Is that your alt?
No, I was about to suggest a game called that's on Steam. Usually appears quite early in an alphabetized list. And
Is it just a bunch of A's?
It's base jumping. It's a base jumping game with a quirky sense of humor.
No, thank you.
A reckless disregard for gravity.
That's the one.
2009?
It's fun.
No
Try it
thanks.
out.
Past. Oh, this does look fun. Looks kind of Dreamcasty.
No, thank you.
Night Breeze gives $20 and says, I'm at work, so maybe some of this was said, but numerous spots of respite are very memorable to me. Certain save rooms in Resident Evil, shortcuts back to Firelink in Dark Souls 1, chilling on a bench in Hollow Knight.
Love it.
Oh,
Chilling on a bench in Hollow Knight's
Benches
really good.
in Hollow Knight is a fucking great one.
As long as you stay on that bench forever and never move away from it at any point.
Dirtmouth. Dirtmouth is
Dirtmouth was
fucking great.
Yeah.
I also shout out to it in Silksong that first village you encounter that like keeps getting attacked.
Oh my god, it was so sad when I got out. I was like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
They hurt my village.
That was
Also,
lovely.
shout out to that one bench in the in the Miyazaki swamp in Silk Song that you sit down on and then you get killed.
Fucking, oh my God.
Yeah.
That game.
Benches and
Mirith,
games. Love a bench.
if you like. Mirith D, member for 12 months in the Green Gang, says anytime in a builder when you look at your work.
Do you think
But
that's
what
how
if
God
your
feels?
work? What if your work sucks?
Yeah.
Mirith D.
I built a
Then
roller coaster in
tear
the
it
shape
down
of
and-
a wiener.
Did I ever tell you guys why I stopped playing Minecraft?
No, what happened?
So I always played Minecraft multiplayer, and I built a gigantic wooden pagoda, like with like 7 tiers. I spent like
nice.
days on it. And we were playing multiplayer, so a friend of mine went, Jay, can I build a secret layer underneath your pagoda? I said, yeah, sure. Went to bed. They decided, yeah, kind of like that, Eric. They decided that they'd made their layer and then went, do you know what this needs? Lava waterfalls.
Whoopsie.
So I came back and I joined the Discord call to be like, hey, I'm going to play again. And they were screaming and saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And when I loaded into the world, 3/4 of the pagoda was gone because it had gone up in flames. And I just logged out and I've never played it again. I was like,
Oh,
that was
you-
my sanctuary. And they destroyed
you-
it. So I'm like, I'm not playing anymore.
you rage quit Minecraft.
I did.
This is why you can't. This is why you should. This is why you can't have friends who touch things. Don't let them touch anything.
Uh-huh.
That's why you don't build out of wood, idiot.
That's why you always.
What
do
else are you
that.
going to build a
motivated.
pagoda out of?
Stone and say
No,
it's wood.
That would look so grim, dude. Come on.
I'm sure there's lots of materials in Minecraft you could make a nice, attractive pagoda out of.
I'm sure
Imagine-
nowadays this was back in
Imagine
the
that.
day.
This is like the equivalent of like letting a friend crash in your basement and then coming home from work and him being like, "Oh, by the way, I tried to create a fire pit in here and I burned down the house.
I burnt your house down. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I've shit on all the walls.
Nightmare.
Lina Loki
Yeah.
Kuhn gives $5, says, in line with Marty's Sleepy Mario, there's spots in Stray where your cat can just curl and nap and the camera will slowly zoom out. It's a
Stray's
delight.
got a great vibe.
Fuck yeah.
Well, I'm a dog.
I'll go as
person,
far to say I
frankly.
think Stray is nothing but vibes.
Okay.
It is a
well,
vast majority of it is vibes. I will agree.
well, just as well, because there's not much of a game. Hey,
That's what I'm
That's what he
saying.
was getting at. You're both jerks. That's what I think. Both
Yeah,
dog
yeah.
loving,
We're
cat
both
hating jerks.
hey,
Knuckle draggers.
own being a jerk.
Jerk chicken.
That way,
Watched it
you can
accidentally.
never disappoint anyone. Anyway, Red Dwarf
disappointed
42
in both.
gives $5 and says the Citadel, the place in Mass Effect, and the Citadel, the DLC in Mass Effect 3.
Shout out to the
Is this a big city or something?
Yeah, sort
Citadel's
of.
the main city in Mass Effect.
It's a,
I need to play
it's
this
a,
game.
It's a cylindrical city.
Hmm.
Oh, like a Halo.
Sort of. Yarrick gives $5, says Assassin's Creed Black Flag, just sailing and listening to the sea shanties. Oh,
Fuck
I did
yeah.
love the sea shanties.
Yeah, love a sea shanty.
Love that
Never
shit.
gonna say no to that.
Kind of Stage Dog 2000 gives $5, says one guarantee to sell me a game, 80s tone. A shovelware game called Retro Wave World has sandboxes. I love to stand and take in the synth and vaporwave vibes.
I've gotten stricter when it comes to those because I feel like we've gotten so many of those vibes that I'm like, you got to do something different.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
get
you
these
got,
waves of like vibe, people just riding the coattails of a specific thing. I think
Yeah.
what was it? Far Cry Blood Dragon and Kung Fury were just they kicked that 80s thing into high
Yeah,
gear
that was
and
kind of
then
like when
everyone started
Vaporwave
doing it.
became a big thing. Yeah,
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 then it just
I don't
becomes a
mind the
bit
vibes.
like boring.
You gotta mix up the vibes. You gotta mix it with something else. Like when, like Baby Metal, you gotta find something that pairs with the
Yeah.
80s vibe.
Baby
Like,
Metal
what have you got-
fucks. Baby Metal's
Well, what have
good.
you combined with the 80s vibe with Georgian era strings music? Maybe that could work. Who
Georgia?
knows?
Some fucking harpsichord and some
Yeah.
fucking viola. I would fuck with that. That is such a weird mix.
Or you know what I'm a big fan of? Electro swing. I love electro swing music.
I liked electro swing, and then I think it became too
Well, maybe.
prolific for me.
Anyway, Night Breeze gives $10. Says also purely on the music, the Bramble Blast level in Donkey Kong Country 2. Counterintuitive as it is filled with thorns you can blast yourself into from the barrels, but the music makes you slow down and stay calm.
great. Donkey Kong Country. This,
Music is such an important aspect of all of this.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, this and aquatic ambiance in Donkey Kong Country. Those are levels that are mostly, in my opinion, remembered because of their soundtracks. This one is funny though because the soundtrack is so chill, but this level is like this is terrifying. There's just brambles and bees everywhere.
Well,
the
the
two
briar
worst
patch. A briar patch can be relaxing if one happens to be Brer Rabbit.
That is true.
True.
Shout out to Brer
This
Rabbit.
is true. Yeah.
Carnage the Hedgehog gives $2. Says, love flying around the island in Wii Sports Resort.
Fucking love Woohoo Island.
Never had
what a place.
Resort. What kind of games did they have in Resort apart from flying around?
It was almost Resort felt like oh no, wait. I'm getting it confused with the Pilot Wings game, which also takes place on Woohoo Island.
I was suddenly thinking of Pilot Wings.
I think Resort had the Wii Motion Plus thing, and I think it added like sword fighting and
was that the one where you can fight people by swinging?
Don't do that.
Wobbling
Whatever that
sword?
was, don't do that.
Yes.
Do that less. Do that less.
Okay, sorry.
Do it slower.
Masturbate with a teaspoon is what that gesture means.
Everything's a nightmare. I hate it all. Also, before I move on to the next one, we got a Ko-Fi dono from Habadar.
Oh, goodness.
Ooh, doggy. Really sucks when a fellow player destroys something you hold dear, have made clear you've cared deeply about it, and several times over the years, and went out of your way to protect, doesn't it, Jamate? Also, my vote is for the end of Summer Jellies cutscene in Stardew Valley.
Oh,
The way that
that
message was worded made me think Habanar was going to then reveal that you destroyed something of theirs.
Yeah, like I had done that to them.
Ironic that you complained after what you did to my Fallout base.
I don't know Hovnar IRL, or maybe I do, and I have done this to them.
Maybe this is the person who burned out your thing. Yeah.
Isn't it the very
end of Summer Jellies.
Isn't it the very ephemeral nature of our constructions in Minecraft that makes them all the more wonderful?
Yeah, it's beautiful because it existed.
While they exist.
Do you know what's going on with this Summer Jellies cutscene? I don't know what that is.
Yes, that's when the jellies like come and swim towards the town, and you will get to look at them and go, "Ooh, look, jellies!" And it's a good place to bring a date.
What is a jelly?
Jellyfish.
They're little, little jellyfish.
Jellyfish. Gotcha. I was thinking of like jelly beans.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Witticism gives $5. Says, Yahtzee, have you returned to Rubinite at all since the stream? I'm about halfway through it, and I'm digging it. Was glad to see you gave it a try. I did enjoy it. I haven't gone back to it. I'm ashamed to admit that all the free time I've had lately, I've just used to play Dead by Daylight some more. Oh, I started on the new episode they added to Quake over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I played that for about an hour, got bored, and went back to playing Dead by Daylight for the rest of the time I had.
Lean into the fact you're enjoying it. No shame. It's fucking awesome.
Well, I figure I've got to get sick of it sooner or later. At least everyone commenting on my semi-emblematic on the subject seemed convinced that this was an inevitability.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Anyway, B Smalley 11 gives $5. Says, it was the internet is going away. You have 1 day to fill up your hard drive. What do you save? In reference to that topic you had written down and forgot about.
Copy and paste that whole thing because that makes more sense than there's no more internet.
My fave place right now is hanging with my soldiers in 3 houses. Well, why not just 1 house? This Smalley 11. Wouldn't you feel like everyone not in the house you're currently in would feel left out?
There are so many soldiers, though. They can't all fit in 1 house.
No, we've got 3 houses.
I do agree. Garrick Mach Monastery in 3 houses. Also one of the top 10 schools in games. So you got that, and you got Balam Garden. 2 of the top 10.
Balam Garden, fuck me.
It's a good school.
I'm starting to think I might be allergic to the school setting, and that might be why I didn't fuck with. Fuck with 8.
Were you also not a fan of Hogwarts Legacy in that case?
I have complex feelings on that game. No, I don't think overall. I don't think I was a fan of the game of Hogwarts Legacy.
Deeb Scrub gives $5 and says, a nice relaxing spot is returning home to your apartment and look outside.
Yes.
Have any of you guys played Look Outside?
I have. I've played about half of it.
I played it on Yahtzee Tries. I haven't really continued. This is not directed at any one of you in particular. It just fits the topic. Okay.
I feel like it's directed at me because Deebs keeps telling me to play the game, and I keep saying.
I think you would fuck with it. I think
I would too. It's kind of spooky, and it seems a little bit like Earthbound.
It's a bit too punishing for me. Why I dropped off was I was on like you spend days going out, and you have to save in your apartment. So if you die partway through the day, you get reset to the beginning of that day again. And
Deeps, why are you
there was an
recommending me a hard
instance
game?
that just
What are we doing?
Well, you know what
I wouldn't say it's hard. It's just punishing.
You know what I've just thought of is the rooftop in Dead Rising. Once you've finally gotten the fucking survivors to the rooftop, now it's plain sailing all the way to the safe room.
I like that.
And there's no zombies on the rooftop.
The in between safe rooms and Left 4 Dead, they're nice as well.
Yeah. Nice place to catch your breath.
Yeah.
Also, Incarnadine, give us a Ko-Fi dono. Thank you so much, Incarnadine. I could sit in the main menu of Civ 4, Civilization 4, and listen to the music for ages. I'd leave it on in the background while doing other things. Was that Baba Yetu? Baba Yetu. Won a Grammy. First video game song to ever win a Grammy. Don't laugh at Babu Yetu. I keep almost saying good. Babu Frick.
Stop saying
that.
Babu
Reminded
Yetu.
me of the Lahi.
Malahi.
FF14. When the FF14 composer did.
Remember that kid? I hope he's doing well. Hope he's doing well.
I hope they're not in prison or something.
I do favorite main menus. That's interesting. Ocarina of Time.
Oh, you know the one that immediately leapt to mind was Signalis, where the main menu is it's a big eye.
Yeah,
and the eye looks around.
I like it when a main menu, you think you're just looking at a thing, and then when you hit the button, it turns out you're already in the game. God of War 2018 did that.
Yeah,
zooms in.
Another game I can't talk about yet.
Every God of War has done that. The first God of War did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the main menu is like a close up of Kratos' face, and when you start the game, it zooms out. Yeah, he zooms out.
I haven't played the original God of Wars in a long time.
I just finished it, and there'll be a design delve on it on Monday.
Oh my god, topicals.
Fist Uppener gives $5. Says the Chow Gardens from the Sonic Adventure games, Station Square by the pool in SA1, the fishing hole in Zelda Ocarina of Time, the Little Big Planet pod with friends.
Yeah,
Fishing hole in Ocarina of Time is a great one. Also, love those Chow Gardens. Love those Chow Gardens.
Big shout out to Little Big Planet pod, 100%.
Last super chat, Carlos the Hedgehog gives $2 and says like Yachts Truck Simulator with podcast is relaxing.
Trucks.
And last, there's a tip jar mention of Tommy Salty, member for 33 months.
Hey, thanks, Tommy. Also, we got another $5 Ko-Fi. Thank you so much, Hoppernar. I swear you guys are just trying to wring another dono out of me. Jamate, think about a malicious gameplay decision we learned about this weekend that you made in a friend-driven multiplayer game. Please tell me someone's getting the clue. You talking about Big Walk?
No, can you read that again for me?
I swear you guys are trying to get it to ring another dono out of me. Oh, Adventurers Die.
Oh shit! Yeah, sorry.
That was for us. That was almost a year ago.
Yeah,
for us,
we
that was
recorded it so long ago, and also in the production schedule, we are episodes ahead of what is being released. So I forgot what was happening.
Sorry.
Yes, I am making a decision in the show that may be ruining something.
So Habernar's original message was, really sucks when a fellow player destroys something you hold dear, have made clear that you've cared deeply about several times over the years and went out of your way to protect it, doesn't it, Jamate?
Yeah, okay, now that makes a lot more sense, and fair enough. I do not regret my decision.
And everyone watch Adventurers Die.
Yes.
You monster.
Anyway, thanks for listening to the Windbreakers podcast. I was Yahtzee Croshaw, still am, and these still were Jay and Marty.
I'm gonna change my name before next week.
And it's just it's another Monday, and that means just another start of another great week of content here on the Second Wind channel. I've got a good old fully Ramblomatic on Wednesday as always. This one's on The Sinking City 2. And of course, for Patreon subscribers, that will be followed by the Post-Ramblomatic podcast, where I will be joined by Jesse Galena, who seems to like the game for some reason. And we can hash out where exactly we are and all that. I've also got my weekly stream, Yahtzee Tries, on Wednesday. Marty, join me for that.
Sure. Wow. This is the earliest we've ever figured that out.
All right. Marty will be joining me for that. And I have a semi-ram dropping on Thursday on the subject of control systems through the ages and which ones I've settled on after all my years in gaming.
No one's going to get mad at it, I'm sure. Also, you had an old video that was Patreon exclusive go live this morning.
Oh, I forgot, yes, because I made this one ages ago. But yes, one of my Patreon exclusive law read videos just went public. It's to whet your appetite for joining the Patreon if you're still on the fence. Would it change your mind if I said that once you've enjoyed my Darksiders law read video that we just put out, there's a Resident Evil law read out on the Patreon right now that you can watch if you're at the $5 tier or above, as well as all the other law reads I've done, not all of which have gone out to YouTube or ever will. Like, we're never putting out the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one, for example, because
Ninja Turtles. Because people got mad at it. People always get mad at stuff.
Or the Mega Man one that I also did relatively recently.
Mega Man.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, if you like law reads, you know where to go. Right. Someone else plug things. I'm bored of plugging.
Hold your game. Show people.
If you like gods that are warred in a video game, I will be doing that on a video called Design Delve next Monday, where we talk about everything that happened in this game. Man, it's got some great aspects, especially what we were discussing last Wednesday, Yachts. Story's really fucking good in this game. I think it goes a bit too far in a lot of the gameplay aspects. So we're going to be going all into how all of that's put together next Monday. And check out Adventurers Nigh. There's been some spicy things happening in Season 5. And I believe that's everything on my end. And also, we're definitely going to be recording the third episode of which Dark Souls boss makes the best roommate. I'm going to get that scheduled. So look forward to seeing that on Patreon sometime soon with all three of us and some others. That's me.
Hell yeah. Also, God of War, if you say it quickly, sounds like the Pokemon Garbivore, who's like the garbage Pokemon.
God of War. Yeah, God of War.
Garbivore.
I'm fond of referring to God of War 2018 as God of War 4.
God of War 4.
God of War.
And then people are going to come out and be like, actually, there's 2 PSP games. And then
it's a 7N. Yeah. What else we got going on today? We got Hot Monday Energy, normal time this evening. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central, Nick and I will be streaming the Gamescom opening night live conference, the Keeley Showcase. Showing a bunch of new games, so tune in for that at 1 p.m. Central tomorrow. And then Eric and I should have a video going up this week on. I put together a list last year of 20 games we didn't cover that I thought were really cool, and I did another one for the first half of this year. It's 30 games we did not cover.
Where did you find the time to play 30 games we haven't?
I just Googled what are 30 games that came out this year, and I just copy and pasted their AI things. So it's very easy.
Wow.
No, these are 30 games I've actually genuinely enjoyed this year. So
amazing.
Stay tuned for that. I think we had one last super chat as well.
Oh, hang on, my chat's gone weird on me.
Oh, you want me?
Marty.
No, I got it. Fill my ass up gives 20 Norwegian krona and says, any iceberg in Skyrim at the far edges of the map. Well, I ain't going to yuck your yum. Fill my ass up.
I think they do have a vibe. I agree.
All right, never been there myself. It feels like it would be a bit cold.
Take some time off. And go
it's a bit nippy, mate. Oh.
All right, that's it from us. I'll see you all on Wednesday. Bye.
Congratulations.